All right, so the holidays are finally over, and this is sort of like the proper start for me for 2025. There are certainly a lot of crazy things going on right now, but I'm still doing my best to just be as productive as possible. Just in case you don't know, I live in California, and some of my family and friends are like caught up in like the whole fire stuff, so it's definitely like very very hard to maintain like full composure, but at the very least like I'm still trying. um hopefully like hopefully that gets figured out soon. Anyways, so right now I'm trying my best to get back on top of things now that like hanging out with a whole bunch of family and a whole bunch of like family's friend stuff is done, and we're getting back into our usual routine of just practicing piano, working on our freelance stuff, our YouTube stuff, our video stuff, and also just creating music again, doing the challenges, camera confidence, everything, learning Japanese. It's a lot of things, and I am going to Japan soon, like very, very soon. So I'm kind of like preparing for that. But I do feel like thanks to me getting back onto Zero Entertainment and just like me following my routine the best I can, it's really helps me out. But also, like yesterday was a sort of like a pivotal event, I'd say. So what I decided to do yesterday was sort of like I call it like the clean slate method or clean slate mindset almost. It's where you break yourself down and just not break yourself down, but like almost like try to empty your mind and empty like everything that you're thinking about and just start from zero, like build up from absolutely zero, a clean slate, basically. So, in a way, for me, it was breaking myself down because I'm like, okay, starting from zero, I ask myself very, very like basic questions like, what do I want? Who am I? Like, um, what I want and how do I get there? Why do I want it? All that stuff, like the very, very fundamentals of what makes me who I am. And there was like something that I watched, another Alex Hormozy video, and he said that basically your identity is tied to like what you do. So to answer the question of like who am I like talked about like the things that I do on like a daily basis, the things that I've done already as well, like what I studied in school, like what accomplishments I have that I'm proud of, all that stuff. And by writing down like exactly what I do like on a daily basis as well, it helps me with realizing okay, there are certain things that I need to like do less of or cut down to actually get the things that I want. And yeah, so those are the questions that I ask, and I just like try my best to answer it in like really 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 like deep detail so that I know like where I need to head towards. So that was a very very good like reset and session. Basically I've also been recording a podcast ever since the beginning of this year. Well, I started it last year, like after I got back from Japan. Like I basically try my best to maintain this state of like lucidity, I call it lucidity, and how like I have clarity and I'm able to think clearly and just feel connected with myself as well as like the reality around me. It's almost as if you're like hyper cognizant, hyper like feeling of your surroundings and what you're thinking, what you're seeing as well. And it's a very, very different feeling. Like I'm feeling it right now, the more that I talk about it. But yesterday I felt it like a lot. And that's what caused me to do the whole like reflection of everything, like true reflection. And I feel like I made this like distinguishment between reflection, like where you just sort of document things and talk about what you did, and reflection where you sort of connect with yourself and ask yourself like big questions that need to be answered for you to sort of like have a full like connection with yourself, I suppose. Definitely sounds a little wonky, but it it helps so much for me, personally, especially like doing it as often as possible is the goal now for the podcast that I'm doing. That one's gonna be like basically a private podcast. It's public technically, you can find it, but I'm not gonna like promote it or anything like that. I just think it's really, really good that I'm continuously doing it, so that I have a session every single day where I sort of have that, like, okay, a little bit of a breakdown of myself, like just starting from zero again. Not every single day, but like if I ever lose that clarity in my life, I know I have that space, that thing that I do daily that can bring me back. And I feel like that's very, very important to have. So, yeah, it's almost like, you know, even though the holidays and even though like I was not doing great with a whole bunch of challenges and with my routines and just like the habits that I built up, I can just start all over, have a clean slate, like even with my mindset and even with like the way I think, just like drop all of it, start from zero, ask myself the big questions, answer them, and then recreate like the new schedule that I need to do, and then just execute and try my best to get back on like the path that I was on before I got all distracted and everything. Again, though, super grateful for friends and family. It was a good holiday season overall. I enjoyed it very much, but I definitely want to get back to work and start doing all the things I really, really want to do this year to get to achieve the goals that I want, basically. So that's basically it for this one. I just wanted to talk about that, how I'm basically back on track and how I managed to get back on track sort of like as soon as possible as well. It definitely took some time, like at least a day or two of like sort of flailing around a little bit and then having that session yesterday and really, really getting back on it. Hopefully that can help some of you guys out there. Like it's a good method, just clean slate everything and just have a free mind and relax and then just like start back over again. Okay, that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.